Hi there, and thanks for tuning in to the Chiropractor's Facebook Ad Guide. This is a comprehensive Facebook guide that's going to be about 45 minutes long, and it's going to cover how to test, build, and succeed with Facebook ads. So let's dive right in. So here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover the 3 things you must have in place before starting Facebook ads, because Facebook advertising is not for every practice. Okay, we're going to cover how to start today, writing down information, getting ideas, and everything like that to ensure that your Facebook campaign is successful. We're going to cover how to build ads. We're going to cover the simple process that I use to build ads for my clients off of what already works in the office. And we're going to show you proven methods that we use to create an ideal client avatar. I'm going to show you how to implement and test your ads and how to use your ads to target your ideal patients, the exact workflow I use to build killer campaigns, and I'm going to give you a comprehensive cheat sheet on how to keep up with it all. You have to stay until the end for that, so stay tuned. All right, a little bit about me. My name is Charles Manuel. I'm the founder and CEO of NewPatientMarketing.net. Many moons ago, I was an online marketer who was just working for essentially any folks. I did a lot of work with auto restoration shops, auto body shops, a few roofers, things like that. And then I hurt my back really badly powerlifting. And the doctor told me I was going to need back surgery. And I wasn't really in the mood to not be able to play with my daughter for a year or more, plus all of the rehab and everything else. So I got a second opinion from a chiropractor, and he not only healed me, but got me back in the gym in less than a month. So I was hooked. I knew I needed to help folks learn more about chiropractic, and what better way to do that than to market chiropractors exclusively. So I only work with chiropractors now, and I have been for about 2 years. And what I'm going to do for you today is give you every little bit of information and detail that I can in a short space of time to show you exactly how I do Facebook marketing for clients and how you can do the same thing for your practice. Or it'll just be great information when you're looking to hire somebody to do this for you. Okay, so some ground rules today. I'm going to be covering a lot of information as fast as I possibly can. So it's very important that you have a notebook ready to take notes. I'm going to be giving you website URLs, different questionnaires and checklists that you can fill out while we're talking here, and a lot of information that I'm only going to touch on once. So be sure to have a notebook ready so that you can take down notes as fast as possible. If you do have a cell phone near you, be sure to shut it off, or do like I did and put it in the other room and let it charge for a little while. If you have any extra tabs open on your browser, be sure to close those so that your full attention is on this guide. It's going to be very info dense, and you're not going to want to be scrubbing back to try and find information 3 and 4 times. It'd be much easier to just focus on it once and get everything done right off the hop. Okay, so let's dive in. The first thing that we're going to cover here is whether or not it even makes sense for you to use Facebook ads in your practice. Okay? And so there's really 3 stages to many practices when they're trying to figure this stuff out. Okay? So there's stage 1 where you're just not ready. Okay, and if that's you, it might not be time for you to watch this video. You might want to come back later. So if you're a new practice, you probably take any patient that comes in the door. Doesn't matter who they are, what they want, what they need, what their budget is, what they want to get done. You just take them in, you do an initial report of findings, and you try and keep them in your world. You maybe don't even have a CA yet. Excuse me. Or you have a new untrained CA with no scripts or procedures or anything like that. She may not even have any experience. And you have no follow-up procedure. Okay, so nothing's really in place. You're just trying to figure it out and trying to get this stuff in place so that you can grow your practice. Stage 2, you're getting there. You're almost ready for Facebook ads, and you probably could be within 3 or 4 weeks. So you're figuring things out. You have an idea of who your ideal patient is, but you may have not had many come in, and that's what you're trying to grow, is more of your ideal patients, what you want to come in the door. Your CA is good. She's been with you for a while, but none of the processes are written down. You don't have that stuff figured out yet, okay? And then there's stage 3, and this means that you're more than ready to get started. You have the secret sauce, okay? CA, associate docs, and you all have dialed patient treatment procedures in place, okay? It's all written down. You know what is said to a patient from the second they walk in the door to the second that they leave with their report of findings or their final assessment after they're completing their treatment plan. You have everything systematized. You know exactly how it works. And you have a sales pitch, quote unquote, in your head that you know works. All right, and this is so important. I'm going to actually tell you guys a quick story right now about a recent trip I had to my daughter's dentist's office. The guy's name was Dr. Yarmosky, and it was just for a cleaning. It was the first time we've been there, and I was surprised to see the dentist himself performing the cleaning. And he walked into the room with 3 dental assistants, and one dental assistant had a regular looking pad with sheets you just ripped off the top, but each sheet had a checklist that was made just for his office and for these initial meetings, and she was making check marks as they went through things. The doctor was talking with me, bantering with my daughter Sophia, who's 6, and also just receiving the correct tools and information he needed from the other 2 dental assistants. My daughter never felt scared or overwhelmed or grumpy or anything like that. The doctor did a complete report of findings on her teeth, set up procedures and things for me to make sure that her teeth were well taken care of, and also scheduled a new appointment based on those findings within 15 minutes total. I think we were in there for probably a half hour grand total, but from waiting room to walking out the door finally. And that procedure was dialed. I mean, it was incredible how fast they did everything. And it was even more incredible how, because their system was so well implemented, I didn't feel like a number or anything. I felt like I was especially well taken care of because of that. That's the secret sauce, and that's what you need. Okay, so you might be wondering at this point, all right, well, I have this stuff, Charlie, but why Facebook? Why Facebook ads? Why not Google pay-per-click? Why not just run some old school banner ads on the local newspaper website? Why Facebook? So Facebook as a platform has more than 1 billion daily users. That's with a B. I'm going to take a dramatic coffee sip for that. Okay, that's 1/6 of the planet. That's a lot of people. All right, and its algorithms allow advertisers to target audiences by demographics and behavior. Okay, and this is the only platform this is available on right now. That's very powerful. Okay, more importantly, advertisers can retarget those who have gone to their website, landing page, or ads. Okay, so for instance, have you ever shopped for something on Amazon and then it's in your Facebook feed to buy, even if you bought it, for like 3 weeks later? That's retargeting, and you have access to that too. So Facebook also rewards you for successful ads and reduces the prices, okay, because you're a more native part of their platform. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. So here's the deal, though. Facebook ads are not for every practice. Okay, some practices will do better with other marketing strategies, and you need to do your research first to make sure Facebook ads are for your practice. And we're going to dive in exactly on how you can find that out. Okay, so beyond the preparedness stuff that we covered before, it's also important to interview other chiropractors in the area. Have they used Facebook ads to any success? Interview other Facebook marketers. Okay, have they done Facebook advertising, maybe even for other businesses in your area, with success or not? Okay, some areas don't respond to Facebook ads, and that could be yours. So it's important to find that stuff out or to make sure that your Facebook marketer does. All right, so let's go through the test. And this is some of the first stuff you're really going to want to write down, okay? So these are the things that you have to have in place if you actually want to succeed using Facebook paid advertising. All right, another dramatic sip of coffee. So, are you ready to write stuff down? Let's go. Step 1. Do you have a CA? Yes or no? Okay. Do you have scripts prepared for new patient leads? Yes or no? Follow-ups, appointment confirmations, in-office greetings, and any other scripts you may have. Okay? You should have yes for all of those. Do you have an ideal patient? Yes or no? Have you written down their specific pain? And I don't mean low back pain, sciatica, anything like that. I mean, I want to get back to playing with my daughter. I want to get back on the powerlifting platform, like me. I want to get back to running 5Ks and 10Ks. I want to do a marathon this year, whatever it might be. Do you have written down their desires, hopes, and dreams? Have you given them a name? If one of your current patients is your ideal patient and you want more like him or her, write that patient's name down. Nobody else is going to see it, but write it down so that you think of them in your head as you're trying to develop advertising to reach more people like them. Okay? And finally, are you search engine optimized? Are you showing up on the front page of Google for chiropractors in your area? Is your Google Maps listing getting you phone calls every month? If not, your ads will be up to 50% less effective. It really doesn't make sense to run Facebook ads unless you're search engine optimized first. I actually recently spoke to a chiropractor who runs a very big office in Vancouver. I think he has 4 associates who work under him. And he runs Facebook ads himself. And he gets not that many leads off of the Facebook ads directly. But when he stops the Facebook ads, he gets 50% less organic phone calls off of his website and his Google business listing. 50% less, guys. Okay? And this is a big high volume office. So that is probably 100 calls a month that he loses. But he can't directly relate it to Facebook ads. But that's where they come from. That's what we've learned from that. All right, so if you don't have these 3 items in place, stop. Okay? Without a CA, you will lose leads. If you can't have someone there to call these people within 5 minutes of saying that they're interested, you won't schedule appointments with them. And if you have availability to take those calls, your office probably isn't busy enough for you to afford Facebook ads, okay? You need to have a CA, okay? More importantly, he or she needs to be trained. There needs to be procedures in place for how they answer the phone, what they say to these people, what they say to make sure that they keep the appointment, things like that, okay? If you don't have that stuff in place, you won't know if it's the Facebook marketer, the CA, or you who is losing these patient leads and not converting them into paying patients. And that's going to cost you a lot of money. Okay? Without an ideal patient picture or ideal patient avatar, you'll have no idea who to market to. You're just throwing ads out into the world and hoping that someone will come in. Okay? And who are you going to get if you do that? You're going to get the Groupon hunters. You're going to get somebody who's going to want to spend $20 to get an adjustment and never come back. Without SEO, based on the story I just told you, your ads will be up to 50% less effective. Okay? Did you pass the test? You ready to move on? Sorry about that. I am recovering from pneumonia. Well, let's go. Okay, once again, get ready to take notes. Step 1, tracking. Okay? Let's set up the tracking on your landing pages and your website. So the first thing you're going to do is install Google Tag Manager on your website and your landing pages. For landing pages, I recommend you use ClickFunnels. It's the easiest one to use. It's Facebook friendly. It's search engine optimization friendly. All right. So install Google Tag Manager on your site. Go to marketingplatform.google.com/about/tag-manager. That'll give you all the instructions that you need to install this. Basically what you're going to do, this is the only quote-unquote coding you're going to have to do all day today, is you're going to take the code snippet that the Google Tag Manager gives you, and you're going to install it on the header of every page of your website. That's it. You're done. Congratulations. You're now a web developer. Well, maybe not, but you know, some people would say you are. After you do that, you're going to install Google Analytics, but you're just going to throw that right in the Tag Manager. Okay? Every other bit of coding you need to do to track how your ads are performing from here on out are going to get thrown into your Tag Manager. You can close your website backend now. You're all set. So you're going to go to Google Analytics, and you're going to follow the directions for integrating that with Tag Manager. You're going to install a Facebook Pixel. So go to this link here, facebook.com/business/learn/Facebook-ads-pixel. Excuse me. And you're going to go ahead and install that as well. All of these go into the Tag Manager. It's very easy. It's simple to track. It's simple to use. So go ahead and do that. And that way you'll actually know what's happening. Okay? If you don't track, you don't know if you're winning or not. So you have to track. Okay? Just like you're tracking the performance of those scripts you wrote for your office, you need to be tracking the performance of your ads. Of course. Okay? And this is how you do it. Now, step 2, ideal patient avatar. If you already have the secret sauce in your office, then you already have this written down. If you're close to the secret sauce and you're still with me, you need to do this. So open up your notebook and let's get writing. Okay? So who is your ideal patient? Do you already have that patient in your office? Okay? Write that down. Number 2, what do they do for fun? Are they athletes? Are they family men? Are they outdoorsmen? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they amateur athletes? Okay? What do they do in their spare time that you can make better? Or what's important to them in their life that you can enhance through chiropractic? Okay? Where do they go to eat? Do they exercise? And if so, where do they go? Do they go to the local CrossFit? Do they go to the commercial gym? What are they doing for exercise? Okay? What is their pain? And this is different than low back pain, neck pain, sciatica, subluxations. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, I have chronic migraines and I have for 10 years, and it's really cutting into the time I spend with my children. I've had lingering knee pain for 15 years that comes whenever I train for a marathon, and I want to be able to run pain-free this year. That's what we're talking about, okay? That final sentence. I want to be able to run pain-free. I want to hit a new PR on the platform at this national powerlifting meet. I want to be able to play with my kids more. I want to be able to perform better at my job. These are the things that are going to get the people to keep coming back, okay? They may come into you at first for low back pain, sciatica, whatever it might be, but they're going to keep coming back because you're helping them fulfill their why. You're helping them get closer to their ideal life. And that's what sells. Okay? So that's what you want to write down, because that's what we're going to use in our ad copy as we move forward. Okay? So let's go over the secret formula to getting leads with Facebook. Now that you have an idea of your ideal patient avatar, this is really going to start to all come together. Okay? There are 3 things that matter in Facebook land that get you that magic blue sauce. Okay? The targeting, the content, better known as the ad itself, and retargeting. Okay? Getting folks back into your world when they haven't quite decided yet. All right? So let's cover targeting right now. So with targeting, you just want to pick a demographic that makes sense. Okay? You don't want to get super crazy with this. And I will say to you guys, if you're talking to a Facebook marketer and they say, oh, we're going to do a hyper specific demographic for high-income stay-at-home moms just on these 2 streets inside of your town that specifically want to lose weight and want to get in your weight loss program. Or specifically these athletes here, there's only 500 of them, we're going to target them. That's not the way to do it. Okay? Because like I mentioned before, there's 2 types of targeting on Facebook. There's demographic targeting, which is what those Facebook advertisers are talking about when they say they want to get hyper-specific. And there's behavior-based targeting, okay? And I'll explain why demographic-based targeting is a slippery slope. So we all have those friends on our Facebook profiles that are the CEO of Google, right? But they're really not. The President of the United States, Grand Chancellor of Prussia is their job description. Things like that. And that's because when you're using this type of demographic targeting in Facebook, all it's doing is grabbing the data that user has supplied and then throwing them into that bucket. Okay? And you can supply any data you want to Facebook, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are indeed your target patient. Okay, especially, for instance, if you're going towards high-income families that want to increase their health, right? Folks with high income oftentimes don't bring it up, right? If you're a C-level executive, your job description on Facebook is probably that you're like on the board of directors for a nonprofit. Like, that's probably what it says. It doesn't say that you're the CFO of like this medium-sized company in town. Because if it does, then everybody's going to be beating down your door all day to give you offers and this and that on your Facebook page, which you don't want. So, demographic targeting can be used, but what you want to use is something based on interests only and test. Okay? There's no quick fix to using Facebook's targeting to get directly to your ideal patients instantly. Testing is key. Okay? You have to be ready to burn money to test and find your ideal patients. Okay? If you're not, this isn't for you. So make 5 to 6 audiences and test them. Okay? Make an audience based on, if you're going for athletes, the local athletic associations. See how that works. Okay? Make one where the interests are fairly broad. Marathon running and sports. Powerlifting, soccer, whatever it might be, and test that. You want to make your potential reach, okay, that term you see over here underneath the little dial they have saying specific and broad. You want your potential reach to be around 50,000 to 200,000 people, depending upon the size of your area. That gives Facebook enough space to give you access to its behavior-based targeting. Okay, so let's once again refer back to your goofy friend who is CEO of Google on his Facebook page, right? Maybe he's really a manager at a local auto parts store or something, just for sake of argument, right? And so he has specific behaviors that Facebook tracks. The fact that his location is showing up at AutoZone every single day. The fact that he always purchases a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts and he stops there. This stuff is all tracked. Okay? And that's what I call behavior-based targeting. So once again, using him, manager at AutoZone, buys coffee every day, goes to the local gym every evening, right? Searches for four-wheel drive parts online all night. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, these are the things that Facebook knows about it that demographic targeting would never find. But he clicks on your ad, maybe because he hurt his back in a weird four-wheeling accident or something, right? And he's a dad, and that was the one targeting item you used. Now, Facebook's going to go, okay, so this dad inside of our demographic targeting of dads clicked on the ad. So let's find other people that go to Dunkin' Donuts, use Advance Auto Parts, shop for four-wheel parts online all day, and fit these same hour and time demographics. Whoom! And it sends out the ads to a bunch of guys like that. Okay? That's the behavior-based targeting you want to access by giving Facebook room to breathe and do its job. Okay? So, this is exactly what I just talked about. I should have switched to this slide earlier. But we're going to access that secret targeting by using many, many different ads. Okay? Because four-wheel parts guy who hurt his back in an off-roading trip the other week, he may only respond to one picture or one headline or one type of ad copy. Okay? And then we want to make sure that other folks like him get exposed to that same ad and not a different one. Okay? Or we don't want to miss him entirely by only having one or two ads. So we're actually going to make 25 different ads and then send them out to our different audiences. Okay? So here's the deal. All right, once again, get ready to write down, because this is going to be your structure and your work that you're going to be doing for the next few days to a week while you prepare to run your ads. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is write your ad copy and make 5 different versions of it. Okay? You know, are you a dad who wants to be able to perform at his best so that you can play with your kids more and succeed at work? You know, we offer ABCXYZ. Can't wait to see you in the office. We have a special offer just for dads, you know, for the next 2 weeks. If you want to come in and learn about this offer, please click here. Something like that. And if you stay for the swipe file, I'll send you some successful advertisements that have made 7 figures plus for many people so that you get a real feel for exactly what you can do. Next thing you're going to do is find 5 images that make sense for each ad that you wrote. Okay? Then you're going to write 2 to 5 separate headlines for each ad. Okay? And you're going to test the headlines. And then you're going to send all of these ads to a shortened bit.ly link for tracking. All right? Landing pages. Quick word about using Facebook ads to send leads to your website. Don't do it. Okay? Long and the short of it is, if you get directed to a website from a Facebook ad, there's too much stuff going on, and you don't remember what the offer was, what you need to do, what needs to happen next, etc. You're going to have your prospect lose his eye off the prize, and you're not going to get that deal 90% of the time. What you want to do is send them to a landing page. Okay? So go to clickfunnels.com. I think it's free for 30 days, and then it's $100 a month. And you can easily set up the tracking and everything else. It's incredibly Facebook friendly. And use that to make simple landing pages that have just a single offer. You know, fill in your information here to get your initial consultation with Dr. Jones. You fill in the info, you're all set. Your CA will call them. Okay? That's simple. You don't want to send people to your website. I can't say this enough. I see so many docs, and I talk to so many docs who send their Facebook ads to their site, and they don't know why they aren't working. Okay? It's because there's too much stuff going on. People are scatterbrained. All right? They just did a study recently where they said that a goldfish's attention span is 8 seconds, and thanks to social media and the internet, the average American male's attention span has reduced to 6 seconds. Okay? You can't give them more than one choice. Okay? Fill in the things, we'll call you. That's what you want to shoot for. All right. So now you have your 5 ads that you've written. Each of those ads has 2 to 3 headlines, 2 to 5 headlines if you got ambitious. And it has 5 separate images. Okay? You want to go into the Facebook Ads Manager. You want to build out your audience based on the interests and your ideal patient avatar. You want to then build your ads one at a time. Headline, copy, image. Headline, copy, image. Do that at least 25 times. I'll do it up to 100 times for my clients. Okay? And then you want to spend at least $5 per day on each ad. Okay? This is going to be $100 to $200 per day. Facebook advertising is not cheap, and you cannot skimp on this. Okay? If you don't spend enough then Facebook, once again, will not have the space to find your ideal patients. You need to give it the space to figure this stuff out, okay? Then you let it run for 10 days. There's no argument about this. There's no anything. If you're afraid you're going to touch it, excuse me, then tell your wife to change the password on the Facebook Business Manager account you made and say, don't tell me until X date, right? Or your husband, excuse me. And just don't let yourself touch it, because you need to let it run. Because it's very, very common that you'll see a small initial spike in a certain ad or ad set or whatever, and then it'll go away, you know, because it can find, Facebook's algorithm can find small pockets of people, you know, like Joey 4-wheel drive, right? There can't be too many of those in your area, barring some craziness. So you might get 10 leads off of that, but that might be the only 10 leads that are really going to come from that, and it might die after that. So let all your ads run. See how they end up after 10 days. Come back, iterate new ads from the winners, and start all over. Okay? So, excuse me, still not quite over this pneumonia. That is the long and the short of how to build and implement Facebook ads for chiropractors. Okay? If you guys want a full cheat sheet, it's going to include the links, guides, and the exact tools and processes I use for my clients to build successful Facebook ad campaigns. All right? I'm going to include a full swipe file of successful Facebook ads you can build from, and the daily workflow you can use to get your ads driving patients to your practice ASAP. If you want access to that PDF that I've built for you, then sign up for a free strategy session with me at the link below. Okay? So I'll fill you in on exactly what a strategy session is. What a strategy session is you'll get a full overview of your entire online presence from me personally. Okay? And this will include your search engine optimization, all of your social media accounts and how to leverage them with no ad spend. And I'll also take a look at current paid marketing campaigns, and I'll give you some insight on how to make them perform up to 300% better overnight. Okay? Also, you'll get an opportunity to work with me and my team directly if we both feel like it would be a good fit. And I think the best part is I'll probably tell you some really bad dad jokes. So, always a benefit, something to look out for. I think that final point alone makes it more than worth the time. What makes you a good fit for working with me and newpatientmarketing.net is really if you fit a lot of that criteria for stage 2 or 3. Okay? If you're a chiropractor that's serious about growing your practice 30% plus in the next 6 to 12 months, you're willing to invest time and money in your practice, and you want to work with me on new processes to increase new patient consults as soon as possible, and you're not a whiner, complainer, or procrastinator, then you're probably a great fit. There's also optional incentive-based pricing if you really like cat memes. So definitely take a look into that as well. Just kidding though, guys. Thanks a lot for listening in here. If you think that you might be a good fit to do a strategy session with me, just click the link below. Then that will lead you to a link to my calendar. Okay? So you can just choose a time slot on that calendar that works best for you. Okay? Complete the questionnaire that shows up afterwards, and let's explode your practice. So I'm only offering the cheat sheet and the strategy session to the first 30 people that sign up here, so be sure to act fast. As I release this, I've already had about 200 people request the guide, so be sure to schedule your strategy session as soon as possible, because I'm only looking to take on a few more clients this month, and I don't want to leave you guys high and dry. So if you're really interested in learning more about working with me on search engine optimization, web development, or Facebook marketing, be sure to sign up for the strategy session below.